Anne-Rae Vasquez here for Fiction Frenzy TV, a weekly vlog featuring indie authors who reveal their most private thoughts and do funny, weird things. We have a couple weird ones. Authors who've written romance novels, thrillers, fantasy. I don't think there's a vampire one. If you're into fiction, then this is the channel for you. Fantasy, young adult. And here we have Kellie Sheridan, author of The Hitchhiker's Strain. You may recognize her. She is a regular vlogger on YA Nerds.
Hi, my name is Kellie Sheridan. I am an independent author, and today I'm going to tell you why. So at this point in my career, I have published 2 novels and 1 short story collection in my young adult zombie series and 1 novella in my young adult Alice in Wonderland retelling. And while I have the utmost respect for traditional publishing and authors who decide to go that route, at no point was I querying agents or waiting to hear back from publishers. I knew right away that self-publishing was the right decision for me, and 1 year into my publishing journey, I definitely wouldn't change a thing. So reason 1 why I chose self-publishing is creative freedom. I enjoy the entire publishing process and like to have input on my books from beginning to end. I enjoy editing and cover design and even formatting to an extent. So while I'll definitely hire professionals in order to make sure my book is as polished as it can possibly be, all of the final decisions are mine. So I can hire a great cover designer to show me ideas and design the cover. I get to choose which route we go and help make the final tweaks. The second reason is the timeline. Traditional publishing takes forever. Everything from finding an agent to finding a publisher to finally getting your book published can take a year or more, and that adds up. I write fast, I work fast, and I like to set my own pace, and self-publishing allows me that freedom. Reason number 3 is eliminating the guesswork. I know that every manuscript I finish and am proud of is going to get published, whether or not there's a big market for it. Publishers, on the other hand, are really only looking for books that are going to bring in the big numbers and possibly be the next big hit. Not every high-quality piece of writing falls into that category, so I know I have the freedom to write in the genres I want to write in, whether or not they're currently hot or not. Reason number 4 is the freedom to get creative. Traditional publishing can be, well, kind of traditional. I like to have the freedom to think outside of the box and try new things. Self-publishing allows me to get a little crazy sometimes, and the only person I have to get permission from is myself. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and happy writing.
We have the pleasure of talking to John Patrick Kennedy, the author of Plague of Angels. It's a book that is definitely not for the faint of heart. So I've been reading Plague of Angels, and it was a very fantastic roller coaster read for me. Tell me about how you thought of this project. What made you create this sort of historical, biblical, yet fantasy kind of story?
Oh wow, it's been kind of like playing in my mind for years. That's a hard question to answer because it goes way back to first. It starts with my crazy imagination, as it is. I have a vivid imagination, and I always have stories playing around in my head. So it's easy for me to create stories, but I figured, why not take the idea of a Satan and angels and kind of mix it around and play with historical history and biblical history and just make it something and turn it into something fictional. So that's exactly what I did. I didn't have any direct purpose when I did this. It just kind of came to me as I wrote, and I know you're a writer as well, so it just flowed from me and started at the beginning as like I wanted to take the idea of Satan and turn her into something that was maybe a little sympathetic, where you can sympathize with the character a little more. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, but
Yeah.
it's very hard to answer that question for me because it was such a process, for me as a writer, where I can't really like pinpoint one specific thing,
Well, it shows that you put a lot of thought. And when I was reading your book, I could see the imagination and the creativity with all your all the detail, and that was very refreshing. Do you like writing? You had a lot of action scenes. That was amazing. I felt like I was in a movie. Do you write the action scene in your head, or do you play it in your mind? For how do you do that?
Well, first off, a movie would be awesome.
Yeah.
So I could totally see that, but it's also of a controversial nature. So I don't know if anybody would want to ever take that chance. But
An indie filmmaker, right?
yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, if so, great, do it, and I'm here to answer any questions and help you along the way. Usually, it flows. It just comes from a place when you're a writer, as you are. It just comes from a place where you're there, you're at the scene. So it's created in your mind. I was there. I felt like I was just watching a movie that was created in my own mind.
That's excellent. What kind of projects have you upcoming? I heard that you have more stuff on your blog.
I do. I have 2 young adult novels and 1 science fiction novel, and then of course Plague of Angels Part 2, which I'm sure the Plague of Angel fans like yourself would be interested in. But I promise that my writing is going to be different. It's not going to be the traditional, regular type stories where you have this protagonist that's a teenage female, especially in the young adult world, that's going to save the world. Because I mean, come on, be honest. Between you and I, how many teenage people are going to save the world? I promise something different, and I'm working hard on a couple of young adult novels that I think are really groundbreaking. So hopefully those are successful, as I hope Plague of Angels is. I want to get my work out there, because I feel as an indie author, I feel like that I'm definitely I haven't experienced other indie authors besides yourself and a few others, but I feel like I'm definitely top notch as far as that, and I haven't pursued the regular publishing route just because I haven't been interested in that, and I feel that I can be successful in being an indie author as far as attaining retaining publishing rights, and that's what's important to me.
Americonium. FOCUS. Watching things. I'm attracted, yeah. Cover your girl's eyes when I come in. 'Cause I can take your girl soon as I come in.